Huzzah! Another day in the books. I was talking to Mom and David today, my mother and my stepdad, and I was talking through potential ideas to focus on for the future because focus is something that I lack right now. There's so many shiny ideas out there that I just need to find out what are the greatest ideas that I could commit my life to so that I can figure out a path from here to that spot. The exciting part is that they're really great ideas. I love them. You know, as I do all of my ideas, they're like my little children. But you have to have the, I don't know, I don't know what I was going to say. You got to focus on one idea, right? So I was talking through like, here are all the potential things. Some of the ones that came up, I want to be an author. I'd love to go back to school. I want to grow the woodworking company, to 7 figures. That would be incredible. And then some of the ideas that I had were like, 200 countries. That's always been on the table. Doing a book a day for a year, and all these like other ideas, which are still things I could probably end up doing in my lifetime, but not right now. I got to find one thing to focus on. Now, in all of these different things, the money still was a thing that I had to focus on. I was like, okay, if I, wanted to have the most impact ever, I want to have the ability to not have the question of money in the equation. I think in order to like actually move people, to move governments, you have to be able to focus fully on exactly what is the task at hand, if that's pushing a bill through, or if that's changing the way Americans talk to each other, or the world for that matter, or if that's breaking the world record, fastest trip to every country. Money is a constraint on all these different things, because if you have the greatest ideas in the world, that's great, but that's the cheap part of it, is the idea. The difficult part is the actual execution of the idea. And I'm learning so much right now that the execution, it's fun, but it's very difficult. And if you can pull off execution, you can win big. So I'm learning how to execute. The 2 ideas that I narrowed down to on the money side was like, okay, I wanted to make a chain of creative spaces. I think that would be a really great thing for the world. And I think that would be a very profitable thing as well for me. And I have to focus on both of those, right? I can't just try to, change the world or be a big player in the world if I'm not making money, right? That's not how it works. You have to make money. You have to provide value to people in order to do things that aren't as profitable but are still important, right? If I want to give money away like Bill Gates, or I don't know if Elon Musk does or Steve Jobs did, but like all these billionaires, if I want to give away $1 billion check one day, which would be one of my on the list, I got to be able to bring in more than $1 billion, or at least a billion to be able to give that away. So if I built like a creative space, I'd want to call it the Creative Company, where creative people go and work. And it's more than just a space for like woodworking and metalworking, like the Forge, the place that I'm working at right now. It'd be like a whole co-working space, basically like a national co-working chain, but of all creative types, and as well like an incubator of sorts for small companies, right? I think that'd be a really cool idea. The main one, though, that I've had for such a long time is that I want to start a social media platform for college students or college-age students called ICE, Inside the College Experience. This is why I did the 100 Colleges in 100 Days tour back in 2021. It was to kind of start doing market research, although it didn't go as planned. I still was able to complete the trip, but that was the idea, was to get market research for a college-based social media platform, and I'm still all in on that. I came up with this idea when I was a senior in high school, looking for where I was going to go to college. And I didn't know how to meet people at the school that I ended up committing to, King's College London. And I accepted the offer and went to school there. And part of the reason why I'm not in school right now is because my experience there was during COVID. It was not an easy system of meeting people beforehand. There was like Facebook group messages, and you could DM people on Instagram, but that was about it, right? And long story short, because of the whole situation, I didn't have a place to live. I was homeless in a foreign country my first semester of college. I don't want that to happen to anyone else. It's been great for me, right? I've been able to go on these incredible journeys. It pushed me to, to go after these ideas that I had, like 50 states in 50 days, 100 colleges in 100 days, biking across America on the penny farthing, or I guess crossing America on the penny farthing. And, it's why I'm going for 200 countries right now, partially to make up for the fact that I didn't go to college. I want to still make a big name for myself. And in order to do that, I have to kind of show my potential in other ways. Anywho, that's been the main idea, is ICE. And so I think that I'm going to try to narrow down to those two. Will this help me with the creative company, or will this help me with ICE? And I don't think that I have to commit to one or the other in my lifetime, but I do have to commit to one right now to focus on, and then do the other one afterwards. I think part of what that looks like is doing 200 countries and making a name for myself, a social media platform, all these different things, but then using that as kind of like leverage to get investors to back this idea, because I already have a platform of people who use my social media platform, right? And the two youngest billionaires on the top 100 list both started a social media platform. So I think, because you have Mark Zuckerberg, he was 23, I believe, and then there's one other guy that was 25. I'm blanking right now. Regardless, software as a service or an app, social media, if you make something unique in any of those areas, you scale really fast. And I think my differentiator, the thing that would make ICE different from other social media platforms, is that we would be a true social media in the form of, in its true form. Like, we would connect people, all types of people, wherever you are in the United States, in the world, we would connect you. What does that look like? I don't know. But I think that connection changes everything. That's why I'm working with this nonprofit right now called Whisper, and doing a bunch of work with them and doing it all for free because I love it. It's what I believe in. And I know that it's training me on what ideas and what skills I could use for ICE and just in life in general, right? There's a win-win. When you help other people build their dream, it helps you to build yours. So that's exciting. It's midnight right now. I'm staying awake till 3 a.m. because at 3 a.m. I'm going to go run a marathon, because October 9th, 2023, today, is 1,000 days, 1000, away from July 4th, 2026. And I had the realization tonight, 2026, one of the ideas that I had was that I could do a marathon every single day for a year. If I wanted to do that, the best year to do it, 2026. Now, it's October right now, and then you've got a leap year next year, right? And there's 23 days left in this month. So basically, November, December, and then 24 months for 2024 and 2025. If I started January 1st, 2026, running a marathon every single day, it would be 26 months and 20 days-ish away 26.2. It's kind of crazy. So I got to start training for that. Do a mile a day for the next 1,000 days straight, and then do a marathon a day that entire year. I think I'm going to do a marathon every week in all 50 states next year, 2024. I think that's going to be my big thing. We'll see. Things change so fast right now that I have no idea, but I think that's the front runner for focus in the near future. We'll win. We'll get there. We'll do this. If you have an idea that's just massive, break it down into smaller pieces, down to the last little piece. When you have like 1,000 things written out of what you could do, you can just start attacking them one by one day at a time. But if you have a massive dream, just know it's going to take a massive amount of effort to pull it off. Don't jump at the first opportunity, Or wait, I didn't say that right. Don't expect that an opportunity will come your way immediately. There we go. It might take a couple years, but if you truly believe in it, which I do with this 200 country trip, I believe that it will be the start. I mean, not the start, but like a massive move in what I want to accomplish in my lifetime. Then commit your life to it, because there's nothing better you could do. If you know that this dream of yours will help you become the person that you want to be, it is a pivotal moment in the journey to who you want to become. Do it, however long it takes. Because if you have to go through it eventually, you might as well just start making it happen today in whatever way you can, so that you get closer and closer to that pivotal moment. And then eventually you get past that and you see on the other side of this massive obstacle, this massive triumph, the path. Well, I did that, now I can do this. Then I can do that, and that. To those who have, more will be given. To those who have not, all will be taken. So just get a little bit at a time, and eventually a lot of opportunity will come your way. Wise words from Wyatt. I've got about 2 more hours until I run this marathon, which I'm excited for. Today's day 1 of running a mile a day for 1,000 days straight. Mile a day, mad man. Mile a day, man. Madman. I'll see you tomorrow.